Hi, my name is Joseph Munoz, and I'm an attorney with the Cromings Law Firm. Today, we're going to discuss the differences between termination and defaults as it relates to your construction contracts. Many times, these terms are used interchangeably, but knowing the difference could be the key to your success. So let's start with default. What is a default? Well, first, a subcontractor is bound by all the requirements in the contract itself. Now, let's say that there's a clause in there or a requirement that the subcontractor must submit daily reports to the general contractor. If a subcontractor misses just one day of submitting those reports, you could be found in default. So default would be failing to perform any of the requirements in the contract. The next step would be for the general contractor to send a notice of default. Now, notice of defaults can be informal, and they can be sent in many forms. It could be something as simple as a text or an email or something actually in writing. But it doesn't have to be sent by an attorney, and it doesn't have to be sent by certified mail. As long as they send some sort of notice, then you are officially in default. Now, how does that affect you? Well, it depends on the terms of the contract, but a certain number of defaults could be cause for termination, which leads us into the next term. What is termination? As you might have guessed, termination is simply being fired from the project. Now, this typically comes in two forms. Either you're terminated for cause, which would mean that you've defaulted a number of times and you've been fired, or there's also a termination for convenience. And this, it gets a little tricky, but essentially what it means is a general contractor has terminated you for their own self-interest. And I say it gets tricky because there's different versions of this, and we're going to discuss that in more depth on November 17th at 12 p.m. when we'll be hosting a webinar, and we'll take questions and discuss how you can protect yourself. So join us then. Thank you.